See, everybody is finding a certain excuse for their own miseries. So my parents were like this, so I am like this. Well, this is unfixable because we can't change your parents now. So you need to understand this, especially if you've gone through tough situations in life or horrible situations in life, let's say. Is it not important that you become wiser sooner than other people? Sooner than other people who've grown up in comfort, who do not know what it is to see those things? Is it not very important that you should become wiser? No, instead you choose that you also become miserable because they were miserable people. So let us understand this much. You have an intelligence to recognize that they are living badly. How come you don't have an intelligence to recognize you are living badly right now? And you don't even have the fundamental integrity to see, if I am living badly, it is me who is making this. Because there may be situations and situations. For every one of us there are situations. In fact, the more you try to do in the world, the more and more many ugly situations you will have to face, whether you like it or you don't like it, okay? Now, because you face ugly situations, will you also become ugly? Or you will use this as manure to blossom into a wonderful flower? This is a choice that you have. So everything that hurts us, everything that in some way is negative in a given situation, whether you will become wise or you will become wounded is your choice. Do not look for ideal situations because there is no such place. There is no such place. Wherever you go, there will be something happening that you think is negative. Whether it's negative or not, I don't want to make a judgment, but in a given place, you think there is negative. How we conduct these issues depends on, are we in a state of conscious response to these issues, or are we in some compulsive reaction to these issues? This determines how we conduct ourselves. This has become a syndrome all over the world because they've all read a little bit of Freud, little bit of Maslow, little bit of all this European psychiatric stuff. And everybody is a psychiatrist. Because my parents were like this, I am like this. Come on, where is your intelligence? If your parents were like this, you must take a vow, you will never ever be like that. If they lived badly, is it not your business to see never ever you commit such mistakes as they're committing in their lives? Is this not what human intelligence capable of? I want you to understand, for you to come to this level of intelligence, it's taken millions of years of work of evolution to get you here, to the peak of evolution on this planet. So being the peak of evolution, are we displaying that we are the top of the world? Are we? No, we want to sit on somebody else's head and think top of the world. No, we are already top of the world as human beings, isn't it so? But look at the way we are behaving, all the time complaining about something or the other. Let us understand this. What the world throws at us is not necessarily your choice. But what you make out of it is entirely your choice. If you want your potential to open up in the world, one important thing that you must fix in your life is your experience of life, either peacefulness or agitation, either joy or misery, blissfulness or suffering, whatever it is, your experience is entirely made by you. Other people are doing what they want, their drama they're conducting. It is your reaction to that which is causing these experiences to you. Right now, if I abuse you, I won't, I'm just telling him, Mrudu. Suppose I abuse you, the abuse is in my mouth. It is not a bullet, it doesn't come and hit you, but it's your reaction which causes the suffering, isn't it? If I abuse you in a language that you don't understand, with a smile on my face, you will think I'm saying sweet things to you, isn't it? and you'll respond nicely to me. So I'm telling you, your experience of what is happening with you right now is 100% determined by you. Human experience happens from within, not from outside. Outside influences are there. How far we allow them to affect us. So, the privilege of being human being is this, that we have an intelligence to determine what should be our experience of life. Other creatures are in a natural, instinctive, compulsive reaction. We are supposed to be above that.
Lord Krishna says in Bhagvad Gita that he who has recognized his divine infinite nature, he who has recognized his immortal conscious nature beyond this body-mind complex, cannot get disturbed by what happens in his life, even though the situation may be extremely difficult one. Even though the situation may be absolutely unacceptable one, but he still remains unmoved, he still remains undisturbed by it. This is your potential too. This is your true nature, which cannot get disturbed by what happens in the external world. What gets disturbed is your mind and not the real you. And since your identification with the mind is so strong that you feel you get disturbed, when the ultimate truth is that you can never ever get disturbed. The real you can never be disturbed, but you will have to recognize it to experience it. Even before experiencing your real nature in full glory, you can catch a glimpse and see for yourself that this world has no power to disturb you. This world has no power to shake the peace of your real nature. I think most of you have caught this glimpse, but you are not able to sustain it. When you feel disturbed, just try to see, just try to find out what is it that really gets disturbed. Is it really you who get disturbed, or is it just a movement of thought within you? Just find out. If you have an honest look within yourself, you will clearly see that there is something within you which remains unmoved despite all the disturbance. There is something within you which is not part of the disturbance. There is something within you which sees the disturbance, and that is the real you. That is who you truly are beyond this body-mind complex. That is your divine infinite nature. Now, those of you who still think that it is all theory and you really can't accept it, then I would like to refer you to the lives of so many saints who demonstrated it through their lives. Just have a look at the life of Buddha. A person spat on his face in front of his disciples, in front of so many people. But Buddha simply wiped his face and did not utter a single word to that person. And his disciples were about to do something to that person because this guy had done this nasty thing to their master. But Buddha stopped his disciples and said to them, I know you are all hurt because this person spat on my face. But tell me one thing, if a sleepwalker hurts you, would you hurt him back? All the disciples replied in the negative, and they got what Buddha wanted to convey to them. He wanted to say that people are asleep, people are unconscious. So what they do in unconsciousness. Had they been conscious, would they do that thing? No, absolutely not. And this is not an isolated example from Buddha's life where he remained undisturbed. He was once abused in front of the whole village, but this time too, his peace was unshakable. He remained undisturbed. He remained unmoved by what the person said. Once a Zen master was accused of raping a girl. The girl got pregnant. When the girl's father came to know of this, he got really angry with the Zen master, and he rushed to him with his daughter and said to him, "We respected you so much. You were our master. How could you do this? You have now lost all the respect and honor. You are the father of my girl's unborn child." To this, the Zen master replied, "Is that so?" The father left with his daughter, and soon the girl gave birth to a child. The father, taking the newborn baby with him, went to the Zen master. Keeping the baby in Zen master's lap, the father said, "You are the father of this child. Now take care of this baby. We are done with you." To this, Zen master replied, "Is that so?" Now the baby grew up in Zen master's presence. He would feed the baby, took care of him like a mother. Soon the girl realized her mistake and finally told her father that the boy next door was the father of her child. Hearing this, the father almost collapsed. He said to his daughter, "Oh dear, what have you done?" Now taking his daughter with him, he went to the Zen master, fell at his feet, cried like a baby, and asked for forgiveness. He said, "Oh master, we committed a grave mistake. This mistake is almost unpardonable. It is unforgivable. We just realized that you are not the father of this child." Zen master was like, "Is that so?" The girl's father then said, "We want the baby back. You don't have to take care of him anymore." Giving the baby, the Zen master said, "Is that so?" So you see, this is how a person who is established in his real divine nature behaves. He doesn't get disturbed by what happens in his or her life. Whatever happens, he accepts that with open arms. This is your real nature too. You only have to uncover it. You only have to recognize it.